obviously just disappointed. I feel for Daboll. He's a great coach. Gotten to know him these last 4 years, and like I kind of said the other night, it's football's a great game. It's a brutal business, and so this is part of it. And you see it with teammates and great friends while I was playing that get traded away or don't get signed back or go other places, and so unfortunately this is part of the business. But I know Daboll will pop back up. He'll be coaching somewhere again because he's a great coach, and just unfortunately it didn't work here with the Giants.
There's been so much talk about Garden. You obviously were a master at not taking any steps. What do you think? Play? Can he adapt, or is that just part of his game? Or what should he do?
I think he can adapt, and obviously, he's learning that right now. It's easy to say, hey, you can't do something in the NFL, you can't run so much, until you kind of figure it out and learn that you can't do that. It's one thing being told, it's one thing learning the hard way. Unfortunately, that this game is physical, and these guys are big, and the hits are a little bit more severe. So unfortunately, you never want to see a guy get a concussion, but hopefully he can learn from this, get back healthy, get back out there, and just figure there's times to slide, there's times it goes down, there's ways to avoid taking some of the big hits.
Obviously, run like
I didn't run. I mean, most of his are on the run. They're not in the pocket. So once you leave the pocket, you're not as protected, and the hits can get a little bit bigger.
Eli, you've been around the Giants for a long time now. What do you think the ingredients are for a good Giants head coach?
That's tough to say, and they'll have to figure that out. And I think he's coming to New York and being a first-time coach takes time. So I think the guys that have been head coaches before, have dealt with the media before, dealt with the ups and downs of a season, how to rally the troops when things are going tough, how to keep everybody hungry and focused when things are going well. And so it'll be interesting what their process is.
How much time do you think is enough time for a first-time head coach?
I don't know if there's an answer to that. Not just, obviously, I think it's just hard to do it in a couple of years. To get your players, get your style, to learn everything you got to learn. Just like I think it's very similar to a young quarterback. You see it with a lot of guys. Sometimes the first time they go through some struggles. Sometimes it takes a few years for them to figure out. And not necessarily just as they have one or two good seasons doesn't lead that they're going to be a great quarterback. It's just each season is different in the NFL. Injuries, who your quarterback is, how things are going.